So the Saints looking at a third down here. Once again, we apologize for the issues with the delay. The WAFs made it impossible for us to stream in our initial location. But the Saints staring at a big third down here. They'll hand it off to Farley. Bouncing it right. Michael Farley is going to lose yards.
Farley to the outside, brought down by number 14, Isaiah Robinson.
Isaiah Robinson brings him down, and we'll see what the Saints go with here.
Yeah, they found themselves a lot in this situation against their Woodbury game, which they lost 10-0. It's just in a range where, you know, too close to punt, definitely too far for a field goal. Kind of feel forced to go for it.
This would be a 37-yarder from here, and it looks like they will call on Christian Rogers.
Senior Christian Rogers on the kick.
Hasn't been asked to kick a lot of field goals from this range, so interesting to see how he'll do here.
From 37 yards out, Christian Rogers, kick up, good hold, kick is through.
The field goal is good.
Yeah, right down the middle for Christian Rogers.
7-3.
And it's something the Saints have struggled a little bit this season, was getting points on the board early.
They did not score against Woodbury. And then in their loss against Benedictine, they didn't score until there were 2 seconds left in the game. So getting points early, definitely a key for this offense. And now a big drive upcoming to keep Trinity off the board.
Yeah, the Saints defense definitely been the highlight of their season. Hasn't let up more than 2 touchdowns since the first game. So seeing Trinity score real early against them like that might be a little bit of a scare for the Saints.
So now the kick will be fielded by Robinson around the 20. Isaiah Robinson has a good return up past the 40.
Return out to the 42-yard line.
So now Trinity with good starting field position off the kick return. They'll go set up a screen for Isaiah Robinson, and he has room. Robinson up to the other 40, a 20-yard reception.
That passing game already looking real dangerous.
Tegan Logan already over 100 yards on the day. Logan pitches it out to Kyan Montgomery. Gains about 5.
Gray out past the 35.
Bring up 2nd and 5 for the Saints. For Trinity, sorry.
Second and 5, play clock winding. Logan gets it off, this time fakes the pitch, now under pressure, look into the end zone, has a man wide open, but Braxton Brooks couldn't hang on.
Pass intended for number 10, Braxton
That's
Brooks.
Saints definitely looked out there. Another man wide open down the field. If he had that, definitely would have been a touchdown. It's the second time the Saints have blown some coverage and let a man just get downfield like that.
Probably the easiest touchdown the senior receiver was ever going to see. Had it right in his hands, no one near him. I'm sure he might have been surprised by how open he was, and that might have contributed to the drop. But that brings up a big 3rd and 5 for this Saints defense. Logan off the play fake, pressure coming, incomplete. Darius Gray got in there as Logan tried to pass it off to his offensive lineman, Sean Hargan. Even if that pass was completed, it would have been a penalty for throwing to an ineligible receiver.
Yeah, just tried to kind of get it off there, had pressure right in his face. Saints been doing a great job this whole year of bringing pressure to the quarterback.
The defensive line, definitely one of the highlights of this team, led by big number 74, Darius Gray. He has been wrecking games left and right, and now a flag comes in. This is crucial, as if it's against St. Christopher's, it will be a Trinity first down. But if it's against the Titans, their fourth down will be pushed back to a 4th and 10.
Illegal touching on the offense.
And they're going to get Trinity for illegal touching. So that'll bring up 4th down. A good stand by the St. Christopher's defense. And that'll force Trinity to punt. And Farley back to return. He's going to let it bounce. Fielded at the 10. Michael Farley trying to bounce away, but dragged down by the ankle. 7-yard return. And the Saints will start their drive at the 17.
Yeah, had a guy right there. Lucky he managed to avoid getting tackled too soon. Maybe smart also to try and get out like that, as that would have been some really bad field position for the Saints.
I think Farley's initial plan was to try to let it bounce and see if it was going to go into the end zone, but then he realized that the Trinity players were closing in too quickly, so the smart choice to then take it and try to return it, and got 7 yards. So really only a 3-yard loss from what he was initially going for.
Yeah, Saints going to start this one on their own 17-yard line.
Cleland in motion. They'll pitch it to Farley. Michael Farley cutting it up. Has a solid gain there, about 5 yards on first down.
For a first down gain of 4 yards.
Michael Farley has really been a huge part of this offense. You know, hate to say it, but this offense hasn't always been able to get a ton going, but Michael Farley always seems to be a bright spot.
Roberts hands it off. Farley cutting it back. He'll be near a first down.
Farley with an inside run.
We'll see where they rule him down.
Blown dead by the officials.
And they're going to give him a first down.
So Michael Farley will move the chains there.
That's a great job to cut in like that. Had a guy right on him. Look, I thought he might go down at the line of scrimmage or before that, but he just managed to get some extra yards out of the play. So fantastic job by Michael Farley there to get that first down.
Yeah, as you mentioned, good work to cut it back. The initial run was designed for him to go right, but then he realized that there was nothing there for him. So now 1st and 10 from the 28. Trinity showing pressure. And the Saints will pitch it to Farley again.
Pitch to Farley.
And not much this time. Loses a few.
Brought down by number 2, Deuce Edwards. Loss of a yard.
You're going to say it's a loss of 1. Saints looking at 2nd and 11 now.
Now 2nd and long from behind the sticks. Roberts dropping back, Pass complete for Finn Walter.
Pass caught by
And
number
a gain of
12,
about
Finn
4.
Walter, brought down by number 11, Mason Love.
Mason Love right on that play there.
Third down.
Good work from Walter to hang on to that even through the hit. And it'll bring up a big 3rd and 7 early in this game. Saints defense did a good job to get Trinity off the field after the Saints kicked the field goal to respond to Trinity's opening touchdown. Saints have it with a chance to take the lead here. And these are the big 3rd downs that can decide a game. Trinity student section getting loud. Roberts dropping back, looking over the middle, incomplete. Was looking for Nate Roberts, but a bit of miscommunication there.
Yep, ball just sailed right over his head.
He had Jerron Johnson open over the middle for what could have been a big gain, but the Saints will be forced to punt. And they'll call on Christian Rogers once again, this time for the less favorable situation, having to punt it away rather than taking a field goal.
Good news is Rogers been super consistent as a punter.
Edwards and Brown in the backfield to receive.
Rogers gets it away and hits this one pretty well. And that's going to be received at the 20. Looks like it hit off Deacon Begley, but they didn't blow it dead. And good tackling, though, from the Saints hands team. He'll be dropped at the 27.
29-yard line.
That's a great punt by Christian Rogers.
Another update for St. Christopher's Varsity Sports. The soccer team, a 10 a.m. game today after a long night at Norfolk last night. On Friday, in the 10th minute, Cade Cox was sent off with a straight red card. It stayed at 0-0 until the 80th minute when Max Mumford was able to put one into the top left corner to win it. As it's a solid carry there for Davion Brown, gained 6. And then after getting back from Norfolk, the Saints had an early morning matchup with Benedictine, 10 a.m. game on the road. A 3-0 win. Goals from Lucas Gordonier, Steven Bashara, and then once again Jack Bleacher. As good work from the Saints defense there. That run is going nowhere. That'll bring up a 3rd down for the soccer team. They knew they had 3 games in the span of 4 days, Friday, Saturday, Monday, and that if they wanted a potential bye in the Visa tournament, they were going to need to win all 3 of them. They've won 2, and now it comes down to a big matchup with Collegiate on Monday at City Stadium. Hope to see a lot of you guys out there, or at least watching with us. So now, back to football. This brings up a big 3rd down for Trinity. Play fake. Logan, pressure coming, stepping up. Tegan Logan has a 1st down and more. Forced out by Asari, but he's going to be up to the 48.
Out to the Titans 49-yard line for a Titans 1st down.
Yeah, he did a good job of avoiding pressure there. You know, barely managed to avoid being sacked, which would have made that killed that drive right where it was.
Logan, this time on a designed QB run, not going to find as much. Gavin Johnson and Darius Gray driving him into the ground.
Johnson and Gray, too, very big pieces on this defense. Darius also probably the most important player on the offense on the O-line.
Now 2nd and 8. Logan, play fake, buying time, gets it off, broken up by Jaden Brown. Good coverage there from the senior. A dangerous ball from Tegan Logan as Colin Johnson, who had an interception last week at Woodbury, and Brown were flying in on it.
Yeah, Jane Brown looked a little upset he didn't get that interception, but ball was definitely headed out of bounds. So, I mean, if he had taken it in, he probably would have stepped out of bounds with it. So it's a great job just to bat that down as it is.
Yeah, I don't think he could have gotten the feet in anyways. Had a broken thumb earlier this year. Managed to play through it with a cast on, but you can still see that wrist and thumb area has to be taped up on the right hand. So that'll bring up a 3rd and 9 now. They'll pitch it out. Brown, and he'll be close. I don't think he has a first down.
Looked to me like he was brought down maybe a yard short, maybe even half a yard short. They're going to say it's a first down.
Generous spot. Pretty hot day here at Trinity. The cold weather we've been seeing has completely vanished. Current feels like 73, but not a cloud in the sky. The sun definitely bearing down on these players. Now 1st and 10, Tegan Logan, pressure coming in again. Goslin wraps him up, just has to get it away. He does a good job to avoid any intentional grounding calls. Now a timeout will be taken by Trinity. So we'll be back. Now a 2nd and 10 coming up for Trinity out of the timeout. Logan dropping back. Play breaks down again. Flag flies. Logan manages to stumble forward for 6. But we'll see what comes out here. Thrown in the backfield. Could certainly be a hold.
That is going to be a hold.
Whenever you see a quarterback somehow miraculously escape a sack and a flag comes in the backfield, you've got a pretty good guess of what's coming in.
Yeah, definitely a lot of pressure there. I think if there wasn't a hold there, he probably would have been sacked.
Yeah. Yeah, and seemingly everyone flying in. It's been a common trend early in this game. And remember, back on that first down play, Addison Goslin had him wrapped up, and Logan was just able to get it away. But if the Saints can keep bringing pressure like this, definitely plays into what they're trying to do. But that's going to bring us to the end of the first quarter. Trinity scores on the 2nd play of the game, but then the Saints come back with a field goal. It's 7-3 going to the first quarter break. Welcome back. Trinity looking at a 2nd and a mile after a holding call.
2nd down and 20 for the Titans.
Logan, another play fake, pocket breaking down. Darius Gray nearly hit his arm. He manages to get it away, but Asari breaks it up. Was looking for Braxton Brooks, who, if you remember, dropped a wide open touchdown earlier in the game.
Yeah, Trinity looking at a very pass-heavy offense, which you don't see a lot at the high school level.
Logan, pressure coming again, screen pass complete, and that's going to be brought down for a short gain. Good work from the Saints defensive line. I think it was Jack Seal, Colin Johnson, and Gavin Johnson getting in there, and Trinity will be forced to punt it again.
Yeah, it looked like he had managed to get out of that original tackle, but tried to cut to the right a little bit and try and find some more space, and he just couldn't. And a bunch of other players just got to him.
Oh, man. Holding on the defense.
Trinity might not be forced to punt it away. They're going to get a defensive hold against the Saints.
Holding on the defense. Replay 3rd down.
They're going to replay 3rd down here. Still going to have to pull a big play out of here if they want to convert. Trinity taking their time here.
Now they've got to march the ball up 10.
3rd down and 10 to go.
So the Saints will not have to force them to punt yet. Defensive hold pushes them up 10 yards and makes it a much more manageable 3rd and 10 compared to the 3rd and 20 they looked at previously. Logan, pressure flying in. Gosselin comes in, nearly intercepted by Jaden Brown. Had a pick six staring him in the face.
Pass broken up by number 5, Jaden Brown. Flag
There
down.
is another flag in the backfield. And it's against Trinity. The two teams swapping holding calls. I think the Saints will just decline this one, however. Now a timeout by the...
Holding on the offense declined by the Saints.
No, they're going to say the Saints decline the penalty. No timeout called. And Trinity will be forced to punt. Going to be Hugh Stone to boot it away, the junior punter.
Number 22, Hugh Stone in the backfield for the punt.
And Stone just barely gets it off. Gavin Johnson was flying in. Farley will fair catch at the 15. And we'll see the Saints offense go to work once again.
Fair catch by number 1, Farley. Flag down on the play.
Another flag down, though.
Illegal formation on the offense. Penalty is declined. First down, Saints.
Flag was illegal formation on the Titans. Saints declined that one.
Saints will start their possession on the 15-yard line. First down.
So we'll see what Chase Roberts and this offense can do. Backed up to their own 15. Roberts, quick bubble screen out to Finn Walter, complete. He has some room. He is body slammed down.
Roberts, pass play out to number 12, Finn Walter.
It's good blocking from the Saints offense, getting their guy up the field like that, because pass looked to be at maybe a little ahead of the line of scrimmage there, but managed to go 10 yards and get the first down.
Now 1st and 10 after the first down completion. Chase Roberts buying time, looking, complete out to Jerron Johnson.
Roberts completes to Ron Johnson, number 20 for the Titans on the defensive play, KJ Harris.
Nice throw on the run there, getting after the guy. Not a huge gain, but avoided the sack. And it's going to bring up 2nd and 7 for the Saints offense.
2nd and 7.
Trinity showing pressure. They have 8 in the box. Direct snap to Farley. He's going to push forward, gain a 2, and his helmet flies off.
Helmet went 7 yards. Big 3rd down for the Saints, 3rd and 5.
And now whistles blow in. Timeout by the Saints. We'll be back. Now a 3rd and 5. Pressure coming. Hands it off. Addison Goslin trying to bounce it outside. He's not going to get there. He'll bring up an interesting 4th down decision. They're going to give him 5. right now it looks like the Saints will keep the offense on the field. Only needing a yard, but certainly a risky call. They're going to snap it from Trinity's 36.
I imagine he'll just give an inside run to, looks like Goslin there in the backfield.
4th and 1 from the 36. Goslin powering forward. He has a first down. Good work by the Saints coaching staff there. No need to overcomplicate it. Just give it to your most powerful runner and let him go forward. He gains about 6, only needed 1, and it'll be a first down.
Yeah, and that's a great job to convert that. If they hadn't, Trinity would have had really good field position inside Saints territory. It's a good play call. Like you said, no need to overcomplicate things. Just keep things simple for your player and just go for whatever's most reliable.
Roberts, quick screen out to Johnson. He dropped it. Play hasn't been whistled dead. And now they will rule it an incomplete pass.
Ruled incomplete.
Yeah, it's definitely an incomplete pass. I don't think there's any argument for a fumble there.
I think what they were hoping, or what Trinity was hoping, was that it would have been a backwards pass.
Second down and 10 for the Saints from their 42-yard line.
Trinity showing pressure. They have 7 lined up in the box. On the jet sweep, Jaden Brown. He has no room, gonna lose yards.
Number 5, Jaden Brown, loss of 2 yards on the play. Third down from the Saints' 40-yard line.
Saints offense looking at a lot of third downs in this game. Hasn't managed to convert on much firsts or seconds. Yeah, they've done a good job of converting those thirds, but definitely a lot of them bringing up and can't convert all of them.
It's now a 3rd and long. Roberts dropping back, has time, unloading downfield, has Jaden Brown down the sideline. He's dragged out inside the 10. A beautiful ball from Chase Roberts, right on the money to Jaden Brown. His second big catch of the night, and the Saints have it inside Trinity's 10.
And that's a great pass by Chase Roberts. Had 2 or 3 guys in the area, couple right on him, and that was just delivered perfectly right into his chest and gave him some room upfield to run too.
We've seen Roberts throw some beautiful deep balls so far this year. That definitely another one of them. Maybe his best throw of this season. Right on the money to Jaden Brown. So now the Saints have it on the 7. Whistles blowing. And a timeout by the Saints.
Timeout, Saints.
So we'll take a break. Saints will take over on the 8 when we come back. Saints take over on the 6. The Saints take over on the 6 for first and goal. Roberts hands it off. Farley looking for room, down to the 2. Saints inching closer. They got 4. They need 2 more. Roberts hands it off. Farley, very close. They're not going to say he got there. First down from the 6, they got 4. Now, second down from the 2, they got 1. I'm surprised we haven't seen Addison Gosselin get the ball yet. He obviously got it on that 4th and 1. But right now they have Farley and Cleland lined up in the backfield. 3rd and goal. Farley gets it. Whistle's blowing. The play was blown dead. And it's going to be encroachment against Trinity.
It's going to make this situation just a little bit easier for the Saints.
It'll get him about a 1.5 feet closer. I'm sure the Saints wished it wasn't a blown dead, as Farley did get into the end zone. So from half a yard out now, the Saints have it on 3rd and goal. I think here you have to consider just a QB sneak. I mean, Roberts could probably take the snap, reach out, and then be in the end zone. A big 3rd down and goal here. Farley gets it again, and 3rd time's the charm. Touchdown, Saints.
Saints take the lead 10-7. Halfway through the 2nd quarter.
That drive finished off by Farley, highlighted by Chase Roberts' connection with Jaden Brown. And the Saints come out in a bit of a strange formation, but now we'll just go for a regular extra point. And Rogers' kick is up and good. So 10-7 lead for St. Christopher's. The offense coming alive after being dormant last week at at Woodbury.
And I'm sure all these guys on the Saints offense are just itching to break one away like they got with that connection to Jaden Brown there for that big, deep pass. Haven't seen a ton of his plays this season, especially not last week against Woodbury, as they did get shut out in a 10-0 loss.
So now the William Sterling on for the kick. Surprised it's not Rogers. I don't know what happened, but Sterling going to go for a squib kick. Not going to work. It'll be fielded at the 25. Good work from the Saints coverage team, though. Only about a 10-yard gain on the carry from Carson Parks.
First down for the Titans from their own 35-yard line.
Saints definitely try for a lot more of those squib kicks than a lot of other high school teams. Had one, I believe, in the 2nd game of this season. That worked out really well for them and ended up getting them the ball back on the first play, the first kickoff of the game.
That was against, I forget who that was against. It's the 2nd week of the season, though. And now Trinity will start this drive off on the ground. A solid gain there for CJ Gray. Number 8 gains 8, and it'll be 2nd and short.
Second down for the Titans from the 42-yard line.
Gray again. He's going to have a first down on the pitch.
Another run for the Titans, C.J. Gray.
Forced out of bounds by the Saints.
He will be marked a yard short of the first down.
They're going to put him
Down,
yards short, and
Oh.
it's going to be 3rd and 1 for the Titans.
We saw a generous spot for Trinity on a third down earlier. This one maybe in the Saints' favor, as it certainly looked like Gray had the first. But nonetheless, the Saints have a chance to get off the field quickly. And whistles blowing. And that's going to be against Trinity. Or no, it's going to be a Trinity timeout. So their second of the half, and we'll be back. Trinity gonna have the first down. C.J. Gray once again.
To the 46-yard line for a Titans first down.
So 1st and 10. Logan, play fake, pressure coming. Turley gets in there. And that's going to be a pass interference against Jaden Brown.
Flag on the Saints. Number 5, Jaden Brown, keeping DeFrancesca from making a play on the ball.
Looks like Brown maybe tripped up for a little bit, and
First
his
down,
receiver
Titans.
just tripped over him.
I don't know if you saw it, Hill, but Logan took a massive hit from Walker Turley on the end of that play.
Yeah, that was Walker Turley plays. I mean, he's like a rocket out there.
Yeah.
You do not want to get hit by Walker Turley. He's not the biggest guy out there, but he hits very hard, and he comes at you real fast.
I feel like he uses his lack of size to his advantage somehow. I don't know how. He just manages to slip through the offensive linemen sometimes.
Coach
He's
Mickens
very
is
disruptive in that backfield.
Assisted by Coach Nichols, Coach Rayner, Coach Rosen, and Coach Brown.
So now Trinity has a 1st and 10 from the 39. Logan, flags coming in. Could be a free play for Trinity. Going deep for Davion Brown, but overshot him. He had a step on Elisha Asari.
Incomplete.
A lot of deep passes from
And
Trinity.
It's going to be a false start against Trinity.
Formation on the Titans.
Excuse me, an illegal formation. So we'll see what decision Coach Clellan wants to make.
I'd like to take this little second just to mention the passing game for both teams.
First down.
Both teams have a receiver with over 100 yards already halfway through the second quarter. For the Saints, It's Jaden Brown with 2 catches and 105 yards for the Titans. It's Davion Brown with 3 catches for 109 yards and a touchdown.
Brown, 2 catches on the day, one of them for 53, one of them for 52. So now Trinity staring at a 1st and 15 after the illegal formation. So they'll pitch it out for Gray. He has room, dragged down after a gain of maybe 4 or 5. Drew Pendlebury. Logan pitches it to Gray again. This one blown up. Turley gets in there, punches it out, and Jaden Brown recovers it, but they're going to rule him down on the field. The Saints cannot believe it. They thought they had a turnover and what definitely could have turned into 6 points.
There's a lot of green grass in front of him on the sideline there. That's really disappointing for the Saints. Didn't manage to blow that play up, but that fumble would have been a golden opportunity.
3rd and 11 for Trinity. I'm going to go take another look at that. Definitely looked close. But now a big 3rd and 11. Logan dropping back, pressure incoming, throws into double coverage, broken up.
It's like 2 guys there had an opportunity to maybe intercept that, but not quite ready for that to come right to them and slip through their hands. But that is going to be a 4th and 11.
Ooh, I just went back and watched the potential fumble. That was a missed call by the officials. He was not down yet.
Yeah, it's
not going to end up mattering very much, as the Saints will get off the field anyways. That's what good defenses can do, even when there's a potential missed call by the officials. They'll make it not matter. Now Farley will let this one go, and Saints will take over at the 20. Saints with a big drive. They won the opening toss and deferred, so if they can get this lead extended before the half, they would be feeling very good going to the break.
Roberts takes over for the Saints.
First play of the drive, Chase Roberts going to keep it, falls forward about 3 yards.
3 yards on 1st down. 2nd down and 7.
Saints are very comfortable with letting Chase Roberts run with it himself.
He's put up some big carries so far this year.
Yeah, I believe his game against Lake Taylor, 3rd game of the season. I believe he had something like 50 rushing yards.
Now Roberts is going to take off again, breaking through tackles. Manages to gain a few.
Roberts keeps again for another short gain on 2nd down. 3rd and 3 from the Saints' 27-yard line.
Saints, once again, looking at a 3rd down. Seeing a lot of these games for that offense.
Now a 3rd and 4 for this St. Christopher's offense. And a big drive at the end of this first half. Roberts dropping back, has time, flips it to Farley, but didn't get enough on it.
To number 1, Farley.
Underthrown a little bit, went right into the dirt.
Saints elect to kick.
Saints punting team now coming on.
Davion Brown in the backfield to receive.
So a bit of a disappointing drive there for the Saints. They had a chance to potentially extend their lead to 2 possessions before getting the ball out of the second half kickoff, but they're going to be unable to do that, and they'll have to punt after a 3-and-out. It'll be Rogers kicking it away, and just barely gets it off. And this is a beauty. It's going to be down at the 35.
Another great punt from Rogers. This last one went 50 yards.
Trinity will take over with the ball at their own 35-yard line.
This is a crucial drive for the St. Christopher's defense. They've played very well outside of the second play of the game. Going into the half with the lead, getting the ball back would be crucial for them. Have to keep Trinity off the board here. So now 1st and 10 from the 36-yard line. Logan hands it off. Gray, not much there. Wrapped up by Darius Gray.
It's off to CJ.
Gain of maybe a yard for CJ Gray.
Swallowed up by Darius Gray.
By number 74,
The freshman
Darius
just doesn't have enough physicality to get off Darius.
Not many people do.
Yeah. Now 2nd and 7. Logan, pressure coming. He's going to take off. He's dropped in the backfield. Addison Goslin lights him up.
Logan
Senior linebacker been real big on this pretty impressive Saints defense.
Goss line of the Saints.
Surprised the Saints aren't taking a timeout here. Clock winding. They could have gotten the ball back with around a minute.
3rd and 10.
Trinity doesn't have to snap it for another 10 or 15 seconds. There's a good chance this could be the last play of the half. And snap fumbled. Logan gonna fall on it. And that's going to do it. So, good half, all things considered, for the Saints. They'll go to the break up 10-7. We'll be back in 15. Hello and welcome. We are back for the second half. And that kickoff will be fielded by Wally Jones, and pretty good starting field position for St. Christopher's.
Yeah, kick did not go very far. Didn't have to do much with it, just took it in, went out with it after maybe 1 or 2 yards.
So the Saints will start the drive at the 30. It's a big chance for them to extend their lead. They have a 10-7 advantage right now.
This half is going to start with a flag.
Delay a game on the offense, number 7, Roberts.
That's something that just can't happen. Especially coming out of the half, coming into a very crucial drive.
Yeah, that's something they struggled with a little bit early in the season, was this delay of game penalties. Haven't seen much of it recently.
First and 15 now for the Saints.
They had been cleaning it up, but Roberts will snap it on 1st and 15. And Addison Goslin with a good carry. Gains about half of what he needed.
Handoff to number 33, Addison Gosline. Gain of 2 on the play, 2nd and 8.
It's going to be a gain of 7 for Addison Goslin. Saints now looking at 2nd and 8.
Not sure if you guys could hear the PA, but they said it was only a gain of 2. But he's going to be looking at a 2nd and 8 still. Roberts, this one play fake, rolling right, no one open. He's going to take off. He's going to have about 4 yards.
Roberts with the quarterback keeper out the right side, gain of 5 yards, 3rd and 3.
Now, important 3rd down early in the second half.
It's a big opportunity for the Saints to take a 2-possession lead first in this half.
Saints, 3rd down.
And now they're looking at 3rd and about 4.
Roberts hands it off. Goslin trying to power forward, pushing the pile.
Looks like he got it.
Carry on 3rd down, right at the 1st down marker, 1st down Saints.
It's Goslin showing off his powerful athleticism there. It's great that the Saints have 2 options, with Michael Farley Jr. bringing the speed and Addison Goslin being the power. It takes a lot to bring Goslin down.
Yeah, we've seen him on a couple 4th and shorts earlier in this game. We saw him right there getting the Saints a 1st down on a 3rd and 4.
Yeah, I did not think they'd get that, but Addison Goslin just manages to make some magic happen.
Roberts hands it off to Goslin again, gains a few.
Gosline with another carry on 1st down for a gain of 4 yards.
Gonna say
2nd
4
and
yards.
6 coming up.
So 2nd and 6 upcoming. Roberts will give it to Goslin again. Breaking off tackles, Addison Goslin gains about half of what he needed.
Gosline with the 7-yard carry on 2nd down, 1st down Saints.
Gonna get that 1st down. Once again, just a ton of guys on, but man, just to get through the pile, get extra yardage. And Saints now going to have it at midfield on the 50-yard line.
Now another flag comes in.
Flag down on the play. Delay of game on the
Second delay of game already.
It's going to turn 1st and 10 into 1st and 15, back into their own territory.
First down and 15 for the Saints coming up.
And we'll give it to Farley. Gets back to about the original line of scrimmage.
Farley with the 5-yard carry on first down. Flag is down on the play.
A lot of flags this game. It's going to be a holding against the Saints.
Personal foul on the offense.
Sorry, personal foul against the Saints.
Down in 25 for the Saints.
Saints looking at 2nd and 25. Definitely need a huge play here if they want to convert this one.
Farley goes in motion. Roberts will hand it off to Goslin. Gains a few.
Goslin with another carry up the middle for a gain.
Now a 3rd and a mile for the Saints. They need 25 yards. Look up at the top of your screen. Number 5, Jaden Brown, and number 3, Jerron Johnson are the 2 most likely targets, and another flag comes in. Another careless error by St. Christopher's. 12 men in the huddle.
5-yard penalty.
That is
3rd down and 30.
3rd and 30.
Saints need to clean up those penalties. Turned, I mean, it was 1st and 10. Now it's 3rd and 30. They've managed to get the one play. Saints have had some problems with unnecessary penalties in the past, but this is probably the worst I've seen it get.
Roberts dropping back, has time, rolling out, and looking downfield. He'll just scramble and not going to get anywhere near what he needed. A promising drive will be snuffed out. A flag is down, however. If this is a personal foul against Trinity, I believe it would be an automatic 1st down.
They waived it.
No flag on the play.
I think they initially threw it for a potential late hit on Roberts. He was already sliding down when the contact came in, but the refs blow it off. So now Christian Rogers punting it away.
Sideline warning on the Saints.
Rogers averaging about 45 yards on 2 punts.
And gets this one off. He'll bounce at the 35 and roll out at the 33. So not a bad punt from Rogers, but a disappointing first drive for the Saints.
34-yard line. First down, Titans.
Yeah, definitely killed themselves with all those penalties. That was definitely not how you wanted that to go. It had 1st and 10 on midfield and ended up, I believe, 4th and 30 when they punted it away because of 3 or 4 penalties coming out against them. That's really just something you can't do.
Tegan Logan takes over for the Titans' first drive of the second half.
So now Tegan Logan will take over from the 33. Handoff up the middle, going nowhere. Maybe gains a yard.
Parks with his first carry of the game up the middle for a gain of 1 yard.
It's Carson Parks' first carry of the game. Only going to get about a yard off of it. Going to bring up 2nd and 9 for this Trinity offense.
Logan dropping, has time, looking deep. Caught down the sideline. Isaiah Robinson beats Deacon Begley, and Trinity's offense is in business. They'll have it inside the 30.
That's another second big play Trinity's had. 2 more plays had blown coverage. One of them was dropped, luckily. Other one ended up as a touchdown. And coverage there wasn't quite blown, not terrible. But that receiver just managed to extend out and almost dived for that catch.
And they'll pitch it out. Davion Brown has some room down the right sideline. Davion Brown up inside the 10.
Davion Brown on the carry.
A flag is down in the backfield, however. Looks like they might be getting Trinity for a hold.
Holding on the offense. Replay first down.
That is what it will be. And gonna kill a big gain for Trinity there.
First and 18 for the Titans.
And the ref has marched them back 8 yards. Trinity looking at 2nd and 18.
And Davion Brown trying to bounce away, creates some room, but runs out. The Saints think the ball is out. They think they have it. Waiting for an official decision. Who is on the bottom of that pile? It is St. Christopher's football. Davion Brown coughs it up, and the Saints force a big turnover. I believe Turley was the one who knocked it out. Couldn't get a great view on the opposite side of the field, but nevertheless, a massive play by the Saints. They'll take over at the 40.
And that's exactly what they need to get the momentum back after that previous drive was killed by penalties.
Take over at their own 40-yard line.
You know, Seaver's trying to bounce off the tackles a little bit, trying to create some extra room after breaking that initial tackle. Maybe tried for a little too much. And Saints offense could take the back on the field.
Roberts hands it off. Farley bouncing forward, gains about 7. Made something out of nothing. Good carry from Michael Farley Jr. 2nd and short. And
Another
whistles.
play burn net.
Offsides on the defense.
Offsides. So they're going to hand the Saints a free first down.
Something both teams really need to take care of is these unnecessary penalties, offsides, delay of game, unnecessary roughness. It's all just doing really bad things to both these teams' offense.
Roberts gives it to Farley. Michael Farley trying to bounce away, but dragged down by the ankles. He'll lose a couple.
Saints brought down by Trey Cherry for the Titans for a 4-yard loss.
Roberts give to Farley. Blown up again. A couple of Titans in there. And some late contact at the end of the play. Darius Gray was thrown to the ground.
Trey Cherry brings down Farley
But doesn't look like Deuce Mason is going to see any flags come out. Only a reprimand from the officials.
It's going to be 3rd and 14. Saints still getting a lot of third downs.
Down,
They have
14 to go for the Saints.
These are the types of plays that can decide a game. Look up towards the top of your screen. Number 3, Jerron Johnson. Number 5, Jaden Brown. Roberts dropping back, has time, looking for Brown once again. Intercepted. And they're going to say he got the feet in.
Number 2, Deuce Edwards with the interception for the Titans.
Deuce Edwards picks it off
Take over at their own 27-yard line.
and launches the ball into the sky after the play. That's going to be excessive celebration.
Yeah, ball is a little underthrown for his receiver, and Deuce Edwards manages to catch that and just come down with it, just, taking advantage of his opponent's mistakes. They will start 15 yards back from the point of the interception for unsportsmanlike conduct after he launched the ball in the air.
So Trinity will be pushed back 15.
Correction, half the distance to the
Or no,
goal on that
half the
penalty.
distance to the
Titans
goal
take
as
over from their own 13-yard line.
whenever you're inside the 30, 15-yard penalty becomes half the distance to the goal. So
Not a great starting field position, although did come down with that interception of the turnover, which
it'll be it looks like it'll be a 1st and 23. So a drive-killing penalty potentially before it even started. So 1st and 23 from the 13. Logan dropping back, pass complete over the middle.
he's got a lot of room.
No flags. And this is going to be inside the 5. Sam DiFrancesca completely changes the outlook of this game. 80 yards for the tight end. Just a lapse in coverage there by the Saints. Some linebacker missed their assignment.
Still lucky to manage to even stop him. Saints have an opportunity to hold them to a field goal, but Titans don't need much for the touchdown, only about 5 yards.
Davion Brown in the backfield for the Titans.
They'll give it to Davion Brown. He'll be stood up short of the goal line.
Brown with the carry for no gain. 2nd down and goal.
They're going to say no gain on that. Good job to stop him. 2nd and goal.
Second and goal from the 5. Brown lined up in the backfield. Logan dropping back, incomplete.
Just a little over to his left.
Isaiah Robinson was the target, but good coverage by Begley on the fade and not a very well thrown ball by Logan.
Yep. A little to his right, and he would have been right in the chest, but Robinson had to extend out his right arm. Just could only get one hand on it and couldn't haul it in.
The biggest play of this game so far. 3rd and goal from the 5. DiFrancesca in motion. Logan rolling out right. Slips off Gavin Johnson. The ball is out. Waiting for a decision.
Saints
It's St. Christopher's football. Tegan Logan coughs it up inside the 5. And the Saints keep Trinity off the board.
And that is exactly what you want to do at the goal line. That is a great goal line stand there for the Saints. Barely managed to stop the touchdown and get the fumble recovery.
2 fumbles in 2 second-half drives for Trinity. The Saints will be pinned back deep in their own territory, but they're just happy to have escaped with the lead.
Yeah, I mean, this little theme this season, Saints defense doing really well in those clutch situations, keeping the offense in the game.
They do have to be careful to avoid a safety here. They'll hand it to Farley, bouncing it right, and doesn't gain much, but does give them a little bit of breathing room.
Outside for a gain of 4 yards on the play.
Up to the 7, which now they're at the point of the field where a safety realistically shouldn't happen, as when Farley lines up, he will be out of the end zone.
Yeah, I imagine they're not going to try and pass it either, pin this far down, sorry.
So 2nd and 6 from the 9. Farley will get it again, bounces it right. Bouncing off tackler, still going. And Farley somehow turns that into a positive gain. Looks like a sure loss of yardage, but turns it into 2. It'll be a 3rd and 4.
Down for the Saints from their own 10-yard line.
They'll give it to Farley, give it to Goslin again. He's dropped in the backfield, big loss.
Unable to escape from the Titans defense.
And that'll do it for the 3rd quarter. No points in the 3rd frame. We will go to the 4th, 10-7 Saints.
It's backed up in his own end
Welcome
zone
back.
now.
Fourth quarter just about to begin. And a big play early. Saints will have to punt it away, pinned deep in their own territory.
Davion Brown and Deuce Edwards back to receive.
Rodgers has no room between him and the back of the end zone. Saints blocking, has to set up well. Snap is low on the ground. Rodgers barely gets it away. He's hit at the end of the play. And this punt will only go out at the 20. That is what you cannot have happen. So the Saints hand Trinity a gift. A low snap leads to a blocked punt. And the Titans take over at the 20, down 3. Logan pitches it out. Davion Brown. Good tackling from Goslin. Doesn't let him get away. He loses yards.
Saints defense managed to keep them in this game so far. Can they do it again? And another flag.
No.
How fitting that this drive will start off with a flag.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct on the defense.
Unsportsmanlike conduct against the Saints. They're hurting themselves with mistakes that really don't need to be happening. That's just a discipline thing right there. And it's going to hand Trinity a free 10 or so yards.
Still second down.
And now they're going to ask them to reset the play clock to 40, but second and 4. Logan looking, end zone, caught, touchdown Trinity. Davion Brown, and the Titans take the gift the Saints hand them, and they take the lead early into the fourth.
Coverage is a little behind him, had a couple sets behind him, and Javion just uses his height to get up there and get the ball.
Goldschmidt onto the field for the point after attempt.
And the extra point is good. So 14-10.
Titans now lead 14-10.
And Saints offense just gonna have to come up with something. They haven't been able to do much so far outside first parts of the game. And I mean, if they want to win this, gonna have to rely on their offense a little bit. Defense managing to keep them in it, but they can't do everything.
So Farley and Addison Goslin back to return. Trinity hadn't scored since the second play of the game, but after the blocked punt, they get in the end zone here and have the advantage. Kick will be fielded by Finn Walter around the 20. Walter has some room up to about the 32-yard line, and that's where this Saints drive will begin.
8-yard run up to the 31-yard line where the Saints will take over.
Saints going to start their drive on the 31-yard line. And I think this might be the most important drive for this offense in this game so far.
Trinity responded in a big way, took the lead early in the early in the quarter. What do the Saints have here? Roberts on the keeper, going nowhere. Gets back to the line of scrimmage, but nothing more.
Roberts with the carry to the outside, brought down by Rosen for no game on the play.
Barely manages to get back to the line of scrimmage. Lucky he didn't lose someone there.
2nd down and 10 yards for the Saints.
14-10 Trinity. A defensive battle between these two teams. Already 4 turnovers in the second half alone. Roberts dropping back, has time, incomplete. Looking for Jerron Johnson, but he hadn't turned around yet.
Roberts broken up by number 6, Khalid Rayner.
Khalid Rayner batting that down and forcing that incompletion. And this is big for the Saints right here.
The Saints have 2 more games on the calendar after tonight as they look to fight for a playoff spot. Ranked 3rd in the recent poll. As now Roberts dropping back. And no, finally a flag comes in for pass interference.
Got tackled before the ball was even out of his hands.
Trey Cherry, we wait on the call.
And that flag came in very late. The Saints fan section over here was about to erupt if that didn't come, but
pass interference on the defense, 15-yard penalty, automatic, 1st down.
Saints look out with that penalty, because that was a very big 3rd down they're looking at.
I don't know if you can really consider that lucking out. I mean, Farley had a lot of open grass ahead of him, and he just got tackled when the ball was coming in.
Yeah, can't do that.
Shocking at first that it didn't look like a flag was coming in, but thankfully for St. Christopher's, it did. Farley powers forward, and he's still going. Michael Farley breaking tackles up inside the 35, and the Saints offense starting to move here.
Finally finding some life here. Michael Farley, always a threat to make big plays like that. Didn't see much of it last game against Woodbury. Finally gets it this game.
Roberts gives it to Farley again. Michael Farley bouncing it to the right. Had a lot of room if he could have slipped off that tackle.
Farley with another carry to the right side for a gain of 4 yards on 1st down. 2nd down and 6 for the Saints.
Now Farley is down.
Official timeout on the field.
He's cramping. We'll be back. Now a 2nd and 5. Roberts, play fake, buying time, gets it away. And that's big for the Saints that Chase Roberts was able to get that ball out. Looks like it was a certain sack.
Another big 3rd down. Saints just keep getting to 3rd down. This offense just hadn't converted a lot of them, but not great when it always comes up like this.
3rd and 6. They'll snap it on the 35. They need the 29. Roberts on the keeper. That's blown up for a big loss.
Roberts with the quarterback keeper, tackle for a loss.
It's going to be 4th and 11.
Michael Gibbs alongside number 50.
Fourth and 10 and decision time for the Saints. Not in field goal range. Not that a field goal would give them the lead or tie it anyways. So they will leave the offense on the field.
Trinity student section getting loud.
Just under 9 minutes to go. They'll snap it from the 38. Roberts looking, intercepted. Trey Cherry.
For his 2nd pick of the game.
And the Titans will take over.
And that is not good at all. That pass
Another
is not great.
Another flag coming out. A Trinity player complaining to the refs. Looks like this might go against the Titans. And a 2nd unsportsmanlike conduct.
Unsportsmanlike conduct against the Titans after the play.
Yeah, pass just not high enough to get to his target. Just jumped up with it, got a hand on it, and came down with it. Although the interception was actually better than the incompletion, as Trinity kind of cheating themselves out of some better field position. Batting it down would have turned it over on downs and given them slightly better field position.
So out of the unsportsmanlike conduct, Ashton Lawler has been ejected from this game. Not sure what happened. I don't believe he's been penalized earlier in the game. As now Davion Brown hit in the backfield but powers forward, somehow gains 5.
Davion Brown on a tough inside run on first down. Gain of 2nd and 5.
Tegan Logan dropping back, looking towards the sideline. Pass complete to Isaiah Robinson.
Managed to
Number 14,
keep it through that
Isaiah
tackle
Robinson
there.
on the catch from Logan for a Titans first down.
That's going to be another first down for the Titans. Having a chance to maybe put this game away on this drive.
Ball will be placed on the 28-yard line for the Titans first down.
And Logan floats one up towards Robinson, hauls it in down the sideline. And looked like the ball might have came loose, but they're going to rule it a catch. So back-to-back big gains from Isaiah Robinson puts Trinity on the 40. Tegan Logan, pass complete. Deuce Mason going to be dragged down, and a flag's going to come in for a horse collar.
His first offensive touch of the game. Flag down on the play.
Just another flag. Another avoidable flag.
Offsetting penalties on
So
both
offsetting
teams.
penalties.
Replay first down. Holding on the offense and a face mask on the defense for offsetting penalties.
So we will replay first down after Trinity got hit with the hold and the Saints got hit with a face mask. 14-10 Titans. 6:40 left in this game. The Saints defense needs to hold Trinity out of the end zone to give themselves a chance to go tie or take the lead. Logan dropping back, looking to the end zone, incomplete. Overshot Deuce Edwards by a step.
Edwards incomplete.
Good coverage though by Elisha, sorry.
Been very accurate on that deep ball for the most part. Rare slip up there.
They'll pitch it to Davion Brown.
Another
Now
flag.
multiple flags come in. Brown somehow slips two tacklers, has a first down for the moment,
To the right side for a gain
but
of 15
that first
yards.
down will not last long. It's going to be a hold against Trinity. So
It is
Trinity
now
will be
second
pushed
down
back to a
and
2nd and 20.
the
A
50-yard
net 25-yard loss from that penalty, as the 15-yard gain was erased and turned into a 10-yard loss. They'll snap it at midfield. Tegan Logan, pressure coming, buying time to the right. Logan heaves it down the field, incomplete. Good coverage from Deacon Begley as Logan threw up a prayer towards Braxton Brooks.
Yeah, it would have been a great play, but it looked like the ball is just going a little out of bounds, maybe behind him a little bit.
Third down and 20 for the Titans.
Third down and 20. There's still time, but for St. Christopher's, it feels like this is a down. They have to get a stop. The Saints fans getting loud. They know the importance of this down. St. Christopher's down 4. Trinity staring at a 3rd and 20. Tegan Logan going down the field towards Isaiah Robinson. Incomplete. Great coverage there from Elijah Asari once again. And the Saints defense will get off the field and give the offense a chance to take the lead with a touchdown.
And this is an opportunity the offense just has to make something out of if they want to stay in this game. It's happened a lot in the Woodbury game too, and the Benedictine game. Defense just kept giving the offense opportunities, getting takeaways, turning it over on downs, and offense just could not capitalize.
And the punt hit pretty high. It'll bounce at the 25 and keep rolling to the 16.
The Saints will take over at their own 16-yard line. First down and 10 for the Saints.
First down and 10. Chase Roberts pass incomplete, looking for Jaden Brown.
Complete, intended for Jaden Brown from Roberts.
Just not a great pass there. A couple guys in the area and just not quite on target.
And here's Farley. Solid carry, gain of 7.
Michael Farley with
Looks
the
like
carry
he
on second down
dragged
for
his
a
guy there for a little
7-yard
bit.
gain.
That's a good gain from Farley to make this 3rd and 1.
Jackson Brotherton on the tackle.
I think the Saints could have probably done a lot better in this game if they just didn't get so many 3rd downs on offense.
Third down.
Here's another one, 3rd and 2. Farley gets it again, hit in the backfield, and this is going to be a loss of yardage.
Farley cannot get back to the line of scrimmage, brought down by
After the defense gives them yet another chance, the Saints offense goes 3 and out.
Davion Brown finds himself in the backfield to receive the punt.
I would not agree with that play call there. I think if you have Addison Godson who's proven that he can get, 1 yard at will, I don't really understand the decision to run an outside run. I mean, all you need is 1 yard, got a great power back. I'm not sure what you're doing on the outside run there.
Especially a play that was clearly intentionally slow to develop. If you just give it to Goslin, let him power forward, he's almost certainly going to get you that 1 or 2 yards you need. But meanwhile, a very good punt there from Christian Rogers.
Yeah, he's been on point today.
if the Saints want a chance, they need to keep Trinity out of the end zone. They look to spoil Trinity Senior Night, down 4. 4:37 to go. And the handoff, Turley trying to rip the ball out. Elijah Brandon, haven't called his name out much tonight, but puts in a big hit on Carson Parks, who does gain 3 or 4.
Totally great at forcing fumbles. Couldn't quite get it out that time, but that's definitely a strength of his.
Turley already knocked 1 out today, nearly knocked out a second, but the officials ruled him down just right before Turley ripped it out. If I'm Trinity's offensive coordinator here, I'm running to the opposite side of number 0. And the snap is fumbled. Tegan Logan falls on it. Trinity avoids disaster, but they're going to eat a big loss here.
Loss of 12 on a fumbled snap.
3rd and 19 upcoming. The Saints take a timeout to stop the clock.
Their first of the half.
Saints need to stop him here. Shouldn't be too hard. 3rd and very long. Just got to get good coverage on what I imagine will probably be a deep pass.
If Trinity converts here, it would feel like a gut punch to the Saints defense. 3rd and 19, Tegan Logan dropping back, buying time, flags fly. Logan, no one in the area. Surprised no flag comes out for intentional grounding. There's a flag for a hold, but again, surprised no grounding call comes out. Not that it would really matter. The Saints declining the penalty either way. They'll take the punt, I presume. So the Saints will get off the field here.
Another opportunity given to the offense by this very impressive Saints defense.
St. Christopher accepts. We will replay 3rd down.
Wow, the Saints will accept the penalty.
I did not expect that. Must really trust this defense.
Oh, another.
St. Christopher declines the penalty. It will be 4th down.
That figures. It would have been a shocking decision for the Saints to accept that penalty and give Trinity another chance. So they'll take over. 3:36 to go, down 4. A touchdown.
Hugh Stone in the backfield for the punt. Farley set to receive.
Hugh Stone gets the punt away. Not a very good one. It'll bounce at the 47, and Farley just going to let it roll up to the 42. So a 28-yard punt from Stone.
37-yard punt for the Titans. The Saints will take over at their own 42-yard line.
Saints got to make something out of this drive.
A big game for the Saints.
First down,
Trinity,
Saints.
one of their hated rivals,
2-yard line.
looking for a playoff spot. This would be a big resume booster to the team currently ranked 3rd if they can win it. Chase Roberts will take off up the middle, spinning forward, gains 5.
Roberts on the quarterback run for a gain of 5 yards on the play. Correction, gain of 4 yards on the play. Second down and 6 to go.
Saints now 2nd and 6.
Roberts, pressure coming, gets it off over the middle, into double coverage.
Pass intended
Luckily for him, though, the pass was off target.
Johnson broken up by
Ron Johnson was who he was trying to get it to. Trey Cherry, who already has an interception tonight, was the one breaking that pass up.
Saints now at another 3rd down.
Third down and 6. Chase Roberts gonna take off up the middle and gains
Roberts
2.
on the quarterback carry, gets back to the line of scrimmage. Number 55, Michael Gibbs on the stop. It is
4th
fourth
and
down.
4 upcoming. The Saints will leave the offense on the field.
And this is game on the line right here. This is a high-pressure situation for this offense, which has not been able to get a ton done.
The Saints do still have 3 timeouts, but this would be a massive down. Roberts rolling left. He's going to take off. Chase Roberts has a first down. Up inside the 45. The Saints quarterback takes off for 10 yards. And a
Chase Roberts keeps
big
the ball
first
for a
down.
gain of 10 yards on the play. It is a Saints first down.
Really good decision making from Roberts there. Didn't force a pass that wasn't available. Decides to just take off. Gets what he needed and more. And the clock will keep going.
A minute and a half to go for the Saints to get a touchdown if they want to win this game.
From the 43, Roberts, and tipped up in the air. Thankfully for them, falls incomplete. Khalid Rayner was flying in for it. Farley was the intended target on a slant.
Second down and 10 for the Saints from the Titans.
If Farley was able to reel that one in, he had a lot of space ahead of him. Trinity very fortunate they were able to get in there and disrupt that pass. Roberts dropping back, buying time, pocket collapses. He's going to scramble. Chase Roberts has a first down. Beautiful pocket presence from the junior quarterback. He wanted to get it to Jerron Johnson, but good coverage from the Trinity defensive backs. The pocket collapsed, scrambled left, and didn't force anything, just took off, got the first down, and got the Saints inside the 30.
And that's more great decision making, like you said, just not forcing anything, doing what he needs to do to get that first down. And that could turn out, those two plays right there for Chase Roberts could turn out to be very big if the Saints manage to pull away with this win.
From the 29, Roberts looking quick out. Farley drops it, pops up in the air. He has the football, but they're going to rule it incomplete. I think that was the right call. It looked like it hit the ground after it popped out of Farley's hands, but every Saints player and fan had their heart stop when that ball popped up in the air.
Yeah,
certainly could have been intercepted. Does stop the clock.
Luckily, defense just couldn't react quick enough to take that one.
Minute 10 to go. The Saints have it on the 28-9, looking for a touchdown that could spoil Trinity's senior night. Chase Roberts looking, end zone, incomplete. No flag as Jerron Johnson went down. He had a step.
It's a heartbreaking incompletion right there. Luckily, they will have two more chances to get this first down, but that is frustrating for the Saints, to say the least.
They'll be hard-pressed to find another chance to take a shot at the end zone like that. Johnson had a step on his man, just couldn't get to that ball from Roberts. Now Chase Roberts rolling right, gets it away, complete to Farley. I don't think he has a first. And they will signal for a fourth down.
Fourth and very short.
Needs a yard.
I think this is where you just take Addison Gaza and tell him run up the middle, get through those tackles.
Looks like he's on the sideline. I don't see Gosselin in the huddle, and I was correct. It'll be Farley and Cleland lined up in the backfield.
They need this bad.
4th and 1. They give it to Farley, bouncing it right, has a first.
Farley on the inside carry for 3 yards for the Saints' first down.
Needed about a yard and a half, got 3, and he'll keep this game alive. Clock starts to run now at 45 seconds. Now under 40, the Saints need to hurry up here. Roberts dropping back, rolling left, looking, skies it out of bounds.
Throws it away.
Oh, shoot.
2nd down and 10.
Clock down to 24. Saints only have 2 timeouts.
Saints need to hurry up here. Need to get hustling and get a good play out soon. If they do score here, I don't see Trinity making anything out of 10 seconds.
From the 15, Chase Roberts rolling left, looking, intercepted. It's Davion Brown. Saints trying to rip it out, but they'll be unsuccessful. The Saints' efforts for a comeback snuffed out in the final seconds.
That is a frustrating way to end that game. Bad pass from Chase Roberts just went way over, and his 3rd interception of the game will end it.
The Saints will drop to 5-3 on the year.
Timeout, Trinity.
4-3 on the year. They've got 2 more games remaining. Next week they travel to North Cross, and then the week after that, the one we've been waiting for all year, the big Friday night game against Collegiate.
Titans set up in victory formation.
And one more play. Trinity will kneel it down.
Flag down on the play.
And they're going to get the Saints for an unnecessary roughness.
Logan takes a late hit. Will move the Titan football up to the 20-yard line. Remains first down.
And that'll do it. St. Christopher's comes within 15 yards, but they can't finish it off. An interception on the final drive. They'll fall 14-10. I'm Edison Palumbi alongside Hill Butler. We thank you all for tuning in.